for idiots.
What?
That light's been in the shot the entire time.
As we approach the end of production to the movie we've been working on, I feel like it's a perfect time to reflect. Let me take you back a little bit. I spent over a decade of my life making music. I love to create so much I got into the filming of it as well as the music. So music videos, skits, Ironically, no matter how good you get at filming, it's really hard to film your own music videos. And I just wasn't resourceful or knowledgeable enough yet to run a film crew without my presence on the production side. But I noticed my strength with other people's productions. And I spent years creating other people's music videos, short films, commercials, courses, anything I could learn from and pay the bills along the way. And though I've never even come close to where I want to be, I made enough of an impact to be able to make an entire living off of something I love to do. It's beautiful when we stop and smell the roses. But somewhere along the line, I had an identity shift. I no longer wanted to be who I was. And a big part of who I was the music. Good, bad, or whatever you want to call it. That's just who I was. I loved to create. I engineered my own music and other people's music, even wrote for other artists, just, anything to create. I got to share the stage with some of my favorite artists, make songs with legends, had some projects, even get really good views. But I say that to say, I wasn't like a superstar or even a small star or anything, but the change I craved was never from the discouragement of my accomplishment in the music scene, if that makes sense. That was going really well for me, in my opinion. But long story short, I did need a change, and a big one. And I had to make that happen. But I continued to create, working with other artists on their projects, making some pretty cool stuff along the way. Some stuff I'm really proud of. But somewhere along the road, I lost touch with what I wanted. I was no longer creating for myself. The music videos and stuff for other people was just satisfying enough to get me by, but I had a hole the size of the moon inside of me. There was no way I was going to take steps backwards and go back into the music scene. There's a reason I left. So I decided I was going to try a different route and still be creative, of course. So I took my years of knowledge that I used on everybody else's projects and decided I was going to make myself something and make it a full-length movie. I didn't know how yet, but I knew I would. I knew it would be a challenge, but that's what I wanted. But I'll admit I had no idea it would be so much. I don't have the resources most filmmakers probably have, and I sure don't have $100,000 laying around to make a movie. So I had the bright idea of bartering my time. I spent a long time working on sounds and movie sets and lighting and all that fun stuff, and I feel like I can be an asset on about any set. So now it was time to build a crew. So I spent an entire year working for other people for not $1. Sometimes I barely had gas to make it to these sets, but nothing was going to stop me. But when it was time to start filming, no surprise, not everyone that I did work for showed up for me. The show must go on, and luckily, I anticipated this, and I built a nice stack of resources within that year, enough to make this work. And transparency, I'm still paying it off. I owe a few projects to some of my co-stars and crew still, but I've done most of it, and it's nothing for the big picture. I decided to make it a comedy movie. That way, I have a little room for error without messing up the story. Plus, I think I'm a little traumatized, and comedy has been a great outlet for me. Crazy thing is, this little project turned into something way bigger. I mean, I lost friends along the way. Some I thought would be around for a long time, but I also gained incredible allies along the way. I mean, amazing creative people that I would never know unless I did this. And as my first movie, will it be perfect? Hell no. But it will be a major accomplishment, and one that I will not take lightly. I'm not only a far better filmmaker, director, and actor than I was when I started, I'm a better leader and an all-around better person. A little rough around the edges still, I admit, but I can feel its change on me, and I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you keep your eye out for Marijuambies, the movie.